Samaneh Shabani, welcome to the Trips and Global on Wheels podcast hour. I am so happy to be able to talk to you.
Thank you. Thanks for your invitation. Happy to be here. Happy to speaking with you.
Of
And
course.
I'm so interested to your work. So glad to be here.
I know, and we're so interested in yours. So I'm going to read your bio and then we'll kick off there, okay? Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Before we start, are you comfortable in terms of where you're sitting? Are you warm enough, cool enough? You have something to drink?
All is good. Yes, I
Everything's
have
good?
everything. And yeah, I'm ready. So can
Okay,
go.
great, great. It's not too long. Like I said, it's about 40 minutes. And
One.
relatively casual conversation. So I will kick off by reading your bio now.
Okay.
Okay. Samaneh Shabani is a human rights and gender equality advocate. She has a doctorate in international law and a master in transitional justice, human rights, and the rule of law. Since 2018, she has worked as a project manager, capacity builder, trainer, and advocate with different national and international organizations, as well as the United Nations. Samaneh lives with complete visual impairment. And I've gotten a chance to read some of your work, and I am so excited to dig in. And before we do that, let's learn a little bit about you. Could you tell us more about your life, your disability, and how your disability has impacted your life until now?
So yeah, I was born with visual impairment. So I don't know the other lifestyle like without disability. So this is something that I grew up with it, and I always learned how to live with it like naturally because that was something that always was what it was with me. So um, yeah, I was born in a like a smaller city in Iran, not so far from Tehran, from capital. I did all the school and high school there, and then for the university, I moved to the capital. So that was, let's say, the start of my independent living when I was 18.
Yeah, and then you majored in law. So how did you know you wanted to do law?
Um, so at the very beginning, I was not so clear about it. Okay, what I want to do with my life. But slowly I got interested in studying, maybe not really law to become a lawyer, but more to more like humanitarian concepts of law and morality and more this kind of aspects of law. So at the very beginning, when I started to study law, I was not sure if this is the right way that I'm taking. But slowly, specifically at the international law courses, I learned that, wow, yes, that's it. I found my way, and then I continued.
Yeah, that's great. And in terms of where are you at right now as we're speaking?
And now in Brussels.
You're in Brussels. Nice. I've been to Brussels. What took you there?
Sorry?
What took you to Brussels?
So it's actually a bit more than a year that I'm here. I'm working with the European Disability Forum.
Oh, okay, I see. And then, so next question is uh, also a getting to know you question. Do you feel comfortable telling us a little bit about your family? What do your parents do? Do you have any siblings? Feel free to share as much or as little as you're comfortable with?
So yeah, all my family, they're back home. They're living in Iran. I have three brothers, and my parents now they're retired and they're passing their peaceful time of life. So just, uh, just enjoying the calm moment of their life. So um, yeah, that's what I can share about my family.
Yeah, what did they do for work previously?
They were not working in the field that I am now. Like they had a different type of jobs. So my mom at some point of her life worked as like fashion designer, and my father he worked as like in the industry in the industrial market.
Yeah. And as you just mentioned, you grew up in Iran. So what was it like to grow up there as a woman with a disability? I think for a lot of my listeners, at least, they won't be as familiar with that environment, especially as a person with a disability living in Iran. And you said Tehran earlier?
Yes. Um, so I should say, like, as a country with the standards of the Middle East, uh, it was okay studying there. I had um, quite a good facilities uh, to be educated well as a person with a visual impairment. I started with special school for like 3 years. I was there. I learned Braille. I learned how to work with different, different things like the white cane, or how to live a little bit independently as a blind kid. So these kind of techniques. And then I switched to the normal school mainstream. Um, I don't say there was no problem, no issues, no challenges. No, definitely there were. But I always had also the support of my family. Um, and yeah, there were challenges, but I always had like my family, uh, my good friends around me. So I never felt alone, like facing all these challenges.
Yeah, you had a community around you, and so it didn't feel so lonely.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's good to know. And did you have a lot of hobbies then or now? I know a lot of your work now is quite serious work, disability advocacy, law for disability justice for especially women with disabilities. So what are your hobbies? What do you do when you're not doing your advocacy work?
So yeah, I like joining different activities. Um, I go like I love nature, so any moment that I find, I go to the nature for a walk, for a long day walk, or these kind of activities when the weather allows. Um, and I love music as far as I can, and accessibility allows. I follow also um, theater and movies. Um, so yeah, this kind of activities makes me happy. Sometimes swimming, sometimes playing chess. So yeah, different kind of things. Or just simply spending the time with friends
Yeah, those are
and reading a lot. So everybody knows me. I think they know me as a bookworm. So uh, if I don't have any of these activities, I have a book in my hand. So yeah.
That's great. I love books as well. So, as we were just mentioning, you've spent so much time defending women who are subject to violence. What have you learned so far through this process?
What I learned that we should stand up, and everybody can be a good lawyer. We just need to raise our voice at the right moment. So yeah, that's what I learned. Uh, Never keep silence in any way that we can, in a from very soft skills to very more strict ways of being critical or like raising voice up, against all the injustices that might be around us. So it can help us to be strong. And also another thing that I learned is that when we are together, specifically as women, we are much more stronger. So this is also something that I really touched it in my work.
Mhm. And then in terms of, I know a lot of your work's quite international as well. I would imagine you being in Brussels and then also very passionate about disability advocacy in your home country, Iran. Um, and then I know you've worked for the UN as we read in your bio, and I know that you've also worked for Humanity and Inclusion, and they are all over the globe, including several offices here in the United States, I believe. So, how do you think the international community, uh, how can they be a better advocate for women with disabilities?
Um, Maybe very shortly, if I want to say, um, accessibility, capacity building, and inclusivity. Then we women, as women with disabilities, will definitely find our way and will take the lead. Sometimes the road is technically closed, so we are with lots of energy. We're so passionate. We want to do something. Uh, we try for it. We spend time, and I don't know. We um, build our capacity for that. But when we're gonna start working, or when we're gonna um, develop in our work, we see that, oh, okay, technically the road is not open. The road is not that paved. If we're, I don't know, after a while, I think everybody might lose lots of that energy, lots of that, maybe not the passion, because the passion is something that you always have it. It's really a deeper concept. But yeah, after a while, maybe we get tired. So that was really something that I could see in different forms that is unfortunately happening around the world. Many talented women, uh, they don't find the right way to be present, to actively participate in their advocacy work.
Yeah. So, in terms of physical infrastructure, it's very much lacking, it sounds like. So, the international community could do more in making the physical infrastructure more accessible. Is that right?
It's just part of it. It's actually small part of it. A big part of it is the um, mental acceptance, is the whole uh,
The attitudinal barriers,
yeah,
people's
the whole
attitude.
attitude exactly that's surrounds this participation, um, and of course financial uh, financial part of the uh, issue is actually important, because maybe uh, if a person with more like severe disability wants to be an active leader, um, maybe she needs more support, she needs an assistant, or these kind of technical support. And if there is no budget for that, so she will easily be replaced with somebody without disability or with minor disabilities. These kind of things are happening.
Yeah, yeah, those are great points. Thank you. In terms of the work you've done, what's the most meaningful and fulfilling work you've done so far, would you say? And how effective do you think they are in creating the tangible and lasting positive change for people with disabilities that you desire?
Uh, so I was among those lucky people that always, any organization or any type of job that I got was really in match with all my passion and all what I loved. But among all these, hard to choose, but uh, it was a while, like for maybe 6, 7 months, I worked with the United Nations Development Program in Iran. They um, started to work on the disability rights and to work on the UN Disability Inclusion Program, to really pave the way for that. So I was the consultant responsible for that project. Um, I took the job. I was uh, so eager to do the work. So I started to work, and I needed some information, some technical information that we needed to collect them from, I don't know, different internal organizations like governmental bodies in Iran. We sent them letters. We wait, and we didn't receive an answer. And I said, okay, that's not what I want. I go through my personal capacity. I collect all the information that I need. It was hard. Sometimes, rarely, I heard no, but I did it. I put maybe uh, quite a lot of energy on that. But finally, I was so happy. And when I finished the work, we received a letter from that governmental body that, oh, okay, maybe we have a meeting next week and we decide about your request. And the work was finished, was perfectly finished. So I left I finished that contract. I delivered everything at the right time. We didn't waste the time. And after that, that project could be develop a bit uh, faster. So I was so happy because that was really the first time that the UN office in Iran was considering the issue of disability, and they wanted to open the doors. And they needed all this fundamental information. So I'm happy that I had the chance to prepare that, and I think that's a good heritage that I left in my country before living.
That's a great example. Thank you for sharing that. So, with the next question, I know I was reading an article on Feminist Giant. That was the platform, and they wrote, and I'm quoting now, COVID-19 has hit Iran hard with 20,000 deaths, making it one of 11 countries hit hardest by the pandemic, unquote. So, my question is, are there any positive changes that came out of the pandemic for people with disabilities in Iran in terms of making services or products more accessible? For example, in the United States, lots of events became virtual or digital friendly. And so it made people, for example, with mobility issues, able to participate in more events and dialogues, conversations. What about in Iran? Has there been any lasting positive changes?
Um, to be very honest, we have a big challenge in Iran, which is a lack of access to the free internet. So internet services are super expensive, and um, it's basically controlled by so many different filtering. So the access is like, again, it's double expense if you want to buy a VPN to pass all these filtering, and it's not always successful. So starting with this introduction, I want to say that, yeah, for example, here I see that how positive changes came after COVID to the life of people with disabilities, not even joining the events and conferences, but always also like remote working and all those things. But for people with disabilities in Iran, I should say that this lack of access to internet, uh, it's really like maybe in the 21st century, we can call in access to internet as a very basic right. So this is really a big barriers. Um, Ignoring that, maybe I also say that, yes, indeed, I see like many webinars in these days are taking place online, and there is the chance for participation. But I don't know about the job market or about getting access to different opportunities. It's not only for people with disabilities, but for the whole society, it's a big challenge that they don't have access to different online digital startups or even social media to present their abilities. So yeah, it's the situation is like now, like this now.
So it sounds like the infrastructure of the whole country is lacking in terms of internet development. And so, of course, people with disabilities they are also affected
Intentionally, yes.
intentionally.
Yeah.
Mm.
Not because we don't have money we don't have resources. No, it's just, it's another ideas behind. So,
What do you mean intentionally? Can you elaborate?
um, so yeah, it's not always safe if people get access to the free world and read about different positive changes in people's life around the world. It's not always safe, so it's not always safe allowing people to be connected to each other easily. Yeah, there are a lot of things that comes from like I don't know, a neo mindset of dictatorship. So yeah.
I see. So it's more due to government control rather than uh, financial constraints, or because the country's um, overall development process.
Yeah.
I see. So switching topics a little bit, and it's very similar to the previous question you just answered 2 questions ago, which is, um, so feel free to build off of that or elaborate if you like. And if you feel it's redundant, we also do not need to answer this question. So the question is, what is your proudest achievement with your disability advocacy work so far?
Um, I lost the last part of your question cut off
What is
for
your
a second.
proudest achievement with your disability activism work so far?
Thank you. Um, so actually, I monitor it really as a whole. And for the moment, I think I'm standing in a good point. Like the whole process for me, I can consider it as an achievement. Yeah, there were many moments that I was encouraged because of the quality of the work that I delivered. Many moments that I I was happy to deliver my work to a big population, or I don't know, many good moments that I got invited, to different activities, organizations. But if I want to say as a whole, um, I started from zero, really, like in the field of building my knowledge, and the meaning of building my knowledge on gender and disability rights. I took the decision when I was doing my PhD, and that was the time that I needed to give my proposal for the thesis. So I said, wow, yes, why not? That was actually the time that recently a general commentary came out from the CRPD, the Convention of the Rights of People with Disabilities, which was on the rights of women and girls with disabilities. So I said, yeah, okay, that's a good topic. Maybe I start working on that. And while I was fully aware of the fact that, okay, we don't really have disability studies in Iran, maybe I cannot easily find the knowledge that I want, so I should be open for that, to collect the resources that I need from different sources. So yeah, I started from that point, and I collected the knowledge really by effort, by experience. And from time to time, I don't know, it was like, okay, the universe was giving me little prizes. Okay, here I open you a door to go to, for example, a university in Madrid, which are doing great in the rights of people with disabilities. Or another time, the door opened to me to work with a very top NGO organization of people with disabilities in Iran, who are very well known, Disability Association of Tawana. So yeah, I think the whole process for me, and now I'm here. Like maybe 2-3 years ago, that was a dream. I was like, oh, okay, I would love to work with the EDF. And now I'm here, so I'm happy, and I am waiting for the next stage in my life. So the whole process for me is joyful, and I consider it as an achievement.
Yeah, you've certainly done a lot. And so due to time constraints, we are at the last question. So the final question, what is your ultimate dream in life and how can people follow you and support you on social media to make your dream become a reality?
For me, the ultimate dream maybe is promoting peace and justice as far as I can in my work or in my personal life, and to send this message to all women, specifically women with disabilities around the world, that they can be the leader of their life. They must be the leader of their life, actually. Uh, any woman, any person who stand up and who join me in this manifest, in this actual manifest, is a great support. And I think finally we will be many, and yeah, I think that would be really like a dream for me.
Why must they be the leaders of their own life?
Because it's their own life. It's the most beautiful gift that everybody can have. So they must be the leader to be able to take care of their life and to enjoy it, and you know, like a tree, like a life inheritance. They should be able to decide. They should be able um, to be active as much as they can, as much as they want, as much as their health situation allows. Um, it's really important. And after that, we will see that this diverse would affect the world beautifully.
Yeah, the diversity of voices and people
Yeah,
being leaders of each other's lives and in their own lives and in other people's lives. It just make that much more of that much more of an empowering community, right?
exactly. Yes.
Well, thank you so much, Sammy, for joining today. I really appreciate you for taking the time and for providing the insightful responses. And I know it's late there in Brussels, Belgium, right now. So, extra thank you for staying up late to do this.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure speaking with you, and yeah, I'm happy to be here.
Of course, and good luck with I know you will do more amazing work and good luck with making your dream a reality. Did you share your social already? Do you have social media?
I have LinkedIn.
You have LinkedIn?
Yes, I can share it with you via email.
So your social media, I mean your LinkedIn is Samaneh Shabani.
Exactly.
Okay, so for people who want to follow, she's on LinkedIn
Yeah.
and the name is Samaneh Shabani. Uh, Samaneh Shabani, thank you again and have a good night. I will let you get some rest this evening and
Thank
hopefully
you.
we'll get to meet each other in person at some point in the future.
Hopefully, yes. Yes, looking forward to it. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.